Guess what day it is?
Julie.
Huh?
Julie.
Huh? Guess what day it is?
Julie.
Huh?
Julie.
Huh? Guess what day it is?
Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is?
Anybody? Anybody?
Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is?
Anybody? Anybody?
Mike.
Huh?
What day is it, Mike?
Huh?
Woo-hoo! Mike.
Huh?
What day is it, Mike?
Huh?
Oh, come on, I know you can hear me.
Leslie, guess what today is? Leslie, guess what today is? Leslie, guess what today is? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Hump day!
It's hump day.
Hump day! Uh-oh.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Uh-oh.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
It's hump day.
Hump day!
It's hump day.
Hump day!
DJ
All right, people. What's up? It is hump day. I still have to work Saturday, so I really don't have. I have more time. So I know you guys are used to seeing me not as late, but basically, I got off work a little bit early this week. Early today. It was slow, and it was like, does anybody want to go home? And I was like, yes. And this is what happened. So I'm here. If you're asking me why I'm playing with okay, so I bought like some chokers for a friend I bought chokers because I wanted to see a woman put on a choker. And I didn't really like this one. This was alright, but she actually got the ones that she wanted, the ones that I had. And yes, I keep them in my desk drawer just in case I want to play around. I have this one was, if you guys can actually see it, this one is actually cool. And it's something that I didn't even open, just because they came with the pack. It's kind of funny. Here, I might as well just open them on stream. It's not really an unboxing. It's just more of like opening the rest of the package, just because I already had them open, and you know what I'm saying. So, and this one is kind of weird because I'm not gonna be one. I'm not into like pain play, but I am into a little bit of role play when it comes to me and a partner. And oh my god, that shit is loud in my ears. So yeah, got the little bat wings with fucking googly eyes. That one's weird. This is one, and like most of these came in a pack. This one is actually pretty cool. So yeah, it's like a circle inside of a circle. So that one's actually pretty cool. Some of these are belts. Some of them are just, they just take buttons. This one's actually a really good one. Just a standard black choker. Choker, man. But this is the one that I spent the extra little money on. Fucking awesome. This is awesome. Yeah. Oh, I have one or two women that I want to put those on, but that's just me and my play. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? I had to like turn the lights down because I was turn down the lights and get it closer. I had to turn down the lights because it's just it's just one of those things where it's like I get tired of looking at fucking bright ass screens. And I actually got the control for my lighting fix. So do that. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yeah. So you can actually get diffusers for your lighting with the lighting in the back. And I've thought about it. I saw a fucking video of a guy. He had LED lights and he just basically put some clear tape over it. Not clear tape. What was it? Here. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's on YouTube. Here it is. And it was his quote unquote, it's this guy that actually in the Chicago area, and he did he's called Industrial Banker, and he's made a lot of he's renovating a building. So this has been interesting. Here it goes. Let's see if it's this. That's the cabinet door. Is this the kitchen? Let's see if
It
this
is
is
time to turn.
Mute that. Here. Let's see. Just looking it up. Because it's a special way that you can actually diffuse the lighting. Nope, that's not it. So, damn, he's been working on this for more than a year. Was it this one? I actually have it muted, so you can't really hear him. But I'm just trying to see if I can actually get it where you can actually see what I was talking about. Is it the drop ceiling? No. Anyway, I'm just giving a few people a few minutes to just like get in before I actually start the whole stream and everything else. I have been yeah. So is this it? I think this is it. And it all just requires for me to just put like some diffusers, just a plastic covering. So yeah, I'm not even gonna think about it. Anyway, I am streaming this early because I got off work early, as I said before. And yeah, I want to get back to the rest of the Sneeko shit, the Charlie and Sneeko, and maybe after I work my way up to it, I maybe get out to it. Jason Black, aka the Black Authority. I don't know who that is. Here, let me look.
What are your standards?
I like.
Shut up. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I have to. Oh God. Oh God, no. Oh God, no. Oh God. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to put this shit in the background and look at a few videos before I get on stream. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I mm, that was that hurt. Um yeah, I can't. I can't. I fucking can't. What did I just do with that video? All right. So I'm going to warm up today, right? I'm going to warm up today. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. So, whenever my editor gets around to releasing the clips, I'm going to have you guys say this, like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by June 1st. It is fast approaching, 2 months away, and we have 155 subscribers to go. If you can actually help me hit this goal, we can definitely make sure we can get this going and get this channel popping. That being said, I know I have a ton of shit that I would ask you to do. For instance, if you want to actually help my channel out by, let's see if that Patreon link works. Patreon works. Nope, it probably doesn't work. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't work. Anyway, so we're gonna actually go over and we're gonna go over this video, and I've already watched it, guys. It was in my feed, and so I watched it because it has some of my two favorite people in it. And I was just like, yeah, I had to. And well, as you guys know, I fucking hate Pearl and the stupid shit that she stands for. And I can dislike two things at once, because I dislike Destiny's view of just spite politics, and Destiny has spite politics. When he's so much of a contrarian that he will change his beliefs to just fit that argument. He will keep a core beliefs, but he will change his belief to just fit that argument and to be contrarian. But sometimes people just say some of the stupidest shit. Now, I know you guys remember when I was last covering the Sneeko debate with Charlie. We saw when Destiny was talking to Pearl, and he metaphorically dog walked them on about if something is popular, does that mean it's right? Well, yeah, that was a thing that happened. So let's see him talking to Pearl again, shall we?
What are your standards?
I like people that are reasonably intelligent. I like somebody who has a high level of confidence.
Damn, they just started off with an X on her face.
I prefer somebody that works like in my industry so that it's easy for us to communicate. I prefer somebody to be in an open relationship because I want to work around. There's a lot of weird stuff you have to deal with when you date me.
And you know what? For all his worth, at least he's being upfront. At least he's being honest. He is being upfront and honest, saying that, hey, if we're dating, I'm not a person that is tied down to commitment and shit like that. He's very well. Commitment and fidelity are two different things. You can actually be non-monogamous with somebody and still be faithful to them, because if you're in an open relationship, it doesn't mean you're cheating if you're screwing around with other people, as long as all parties are aware. So let's go.
What about for you, Pearl?
Yeah.
What are my standards?
Yeah, that no man.
So one of the things about Pearl, she's a big advocate for, if you're not married by 24 or 26, something is wrong with you. And Pearl isn't married, and she's already 24 or 26. One of the others
Has managed to meet yet. Let's hear it.
See if we can find you someone.
Yeah, your future husband could be listening to this show right now. So tell him what you're looking for.
I mean, I like guys that are family oriented.
I like guys that are family oriented. That that does not talk about how they are personal. At least Destiny gave the standards and the requirements of what he wanted. But Pearl, I like guys who are family oriented. That's a fucking bot answer. Pearl is a fucking bot.
I don't see. I feel like he's so ready to just.
I'm not. Listen, there's no wrong answers here, okay?
No, I like guys that are family oriented, conservative. Not.
What does conservative mean? Explain to me what conservative means.
I like, I have a height thing. He doesn't have to be taller than me. He could be a little shorter, but it can't be like crazy.
Okay.
So, tall and conservative and family oriented. Wow, that's really selective. Wow. Why aren't you married yet then? At least Destiny can say he's married. But let's continue.
Yeah.
It's not so fun now when somebody has a mic in your face and asking you questions and you can't edit around. Is it, Pearl?
Family oriented.
So just 5'11",
5'10",
conservative.
5'9", 5'10" is fine.
5'9", 5'10". Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Conservative, family oriented.
Yeah.
You haven't found that guy yet?
Called it out.
I'm surprised. Yeah. Too many things.
Seems like there's a lot of people out there that would match that.
I don't want to get into too much detail.
Oh, God.
No, I don't.
Let's be honest. Remember, she went black and she ain't never went back yet. I'm sorry. Why don't you just say big penis, Pearl? That's what you want to say. Say big penis. Say you need a big penis.
I want to get into too much
Wow.
detail.
Okay. All right. Okay. Jeez.
Now I'm curious.
We got some weird requirements here.
Secretly into.
Oh yeah. Geez.
Stop.
Work
Okay,
for me.
you
I
don't
believe
think
it.
women are like tie more emotion to sex than men do?
I think on like
No. It is based on who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man. And it's also based on how you're socialized. I tie a lot of emotion to sex. That's why I can only have sex with women I have a bond with. How much of a bond? I mean, some sort of bond. But let's continue.
like average probably.
Okay. So you wouldn't see why it's different then if you would agree that like by and large women tie emotion more to sex.
On average, but the difference, I don't
Right,
think.
but
Wait,
when
let
we
me
talk-
answer your question.
See, this is what happens when you're used to being in your own echo chamber or you're used to talking to people with no media training. Pearl has her show where she pulls people off the streets to try to have some sort of gotcha. And now she doesn't have the power of editing to make herself not look stupid. But let's continue.
Before you railroad me down the, well, they engage with sex differently. One ended open relationships are actually
I don't
okay.
appreciate the mocking.
Okay, but that's what you're trying to
Probably
railroad me
doesn't
to
feel
without
like
even letting me
his
respond to your
Did I
question.
mock
And he called her out for the bullshit.
you?
Okay,
Did I
if you
mock
want to
you?
lay out your whole kingdom before I
thought we
tear
were
it down, go ahead.
polite.
Yeah,
I
go
thought we were
ahead.
being polite here. That's the same question. I don't even remember what I was going to say.
So the question you're
He talks too
asking is,
fast.
if women and men engage with sex differently, doesn't that mean it's okay for men to f everybody and for women to f
I
nobody?
did not say everybody. I said different. Wouldn't
Sure.
you see that it is different?
There are probably some women that can engage with sex without it being a super emotional experience. There are probably some men that can engage with sex without it being a super emotional experience. There's probably a few more men than women, but I think both of them tie emotions and sex together pretty.
But when we
Sorry.
have
select-
Again, says the man that's in an open relationship that actually is dealt with both men and women. Like, this is just it. It's if you are around people, you can't hold these stupid, antiquated beliefs of, well, men just like to fuck and they don't even have emotions. Again, this is why I think that a lot of these red pill people just don't talk to people. They just don't. They've never really been in relationships, because if they have, they would understand that it's not cut and dry. It's not about looks. It's about, and you know what? I'm sorry. It is somewhat about looks, but it's more about how you feel around that person than how they look. But let's continue.
When we
Typically,
have
you're dating in
these
cases.
conversations, though, we're talking about the average. We're not talking about the exceptions.
No, you ask him what he liked. Like, for real, do you need a U-Haul to move the goalpost any quicker? FedEx? UPS? I'm sorry, let's go.
Hold on.
like,
No,
he's
no, no,
only
no, no,
gonna
no.
date the
You were
exception.
specifically asking about my relationship. So I'm telling you for my relationship. That was not a general question.
Oh, you're right. You were right. That's true.
God, I
was
love it
asking.
when you say that. Oh,
You're right.
thank you. Oh, my goodness. I need to sound.
got
August,
weird
clip
already.
that one. That's going to be right next dono sound,
No,
okay?
I feel like when men love women, it's like it's more common for them to be the fiance in the situation where it's like women have more conditions for them to be like really in love. So what?
I think she's never really been in love or in a real relationship. She's probably been fucked around with some people, but I don't think she's been in a real relationship. What? Okay, wow. This is telling. The woman who wants to start a wife school, who has actually started a wife school, is ignorant about actually being a wife or in love or in a relationship.
When they're really in love, they're like super in love, but the average girl like isn't.
Yeah, but then it comes down to semantic of like, what does it mean to be more in love, right?
Yeah.
Like if somebody tells me like, I love you, and I'm like, well, why? Because I think you're funny. And I'm like, oh.
Yes. There are people who will say that. But again, you're talking to somebody who literally says, what do you want out of a man? 5'9", 5'10", and conservative. What kills me is so many people don't understand what they really want and don't understand what melds with them and what works for them in a relationship. But I'm going to end up ranting all day on that. Let's go.
Okay, what else? I'm like, I don't know. I just think you're really funny, and that's it. It's like, okay, but it's not like, oh, I love you because you're, tall, good at volleyball, red hair. If they've got runs a good studio, if they have like 20 reasons, like, oh wow, this person really loves me. That's what would be my feeling. But that
I think Pearl just got excited. I think you know what? Pearl wouldn't mind being in a relationship with Destiny. Remember, she's always one who says, well, if you're rich and you're a guy, you have many options, so it's okay for you to have more than one relationship. Then I think Destiny is fucking with her because he knows she likes him.
then it's like, well, what does it mean to love more there? Well, in
I've
that case,
never had a
men
guy
love
care
more.
about my
Is this
studio.
more like-
I've never had a guy care
I
about
don't
my
know.
studio.
I'm just trying
running
to-
a
I don't-
Look, she's blushing about it. Oh, she's blushing. Oh my God, she's blushing. Okay, come on. All right, let's go.
I know you well enough, okay? I'm just drawing into whatever I see
It's
here,
more
okay?
like a love at first sight.
I mean, like, he is part Cuban, so he may have a big penis as well. Like, all right, let's go.
It's more of a simple love. So that
Yeah.
like the more immediate, they're more likely to fall in love faster, quicker type of thing.
But then it's a question of like who
yeah.
loves more then. If you fall into love with every person you meet because you think they look good, is that loving more than somebody that's like, well, I love a very specific person, but I love them a lot,
I feel like people fall in love based on how the other makes them feel. Or at least from
Okay, that's good. Okay, let's go.
a woman's point of view. Do you think that's true for men?
Isn't it just hormones and chemistry?
Well, I
we
mean-
have no control.
Yeah, I mean that's probably true for everybody, right? Like how you feel about somebody is how they make you feel about them. Yeah.
With these guys, okay, these guys are on the Titanic, and there's one lifeboat that can hold 400 people, and there's 10,000 people on the deck. And
Okay, so this is a topic switch. So they talked about relationships. This is the topic switch. So let's go.
like, everybody can get in this boat. That's not true. Anybody could get in the boat, but not all 10,000 of them are getting in, okay? When you've got, like, a podcast where guys are talking about
But don't you think we should strive to get in the boat? Like, you should tell people to strive for it. Doesn't mean everyone will get it. But you
I
don't
think we should probably teach people to swim.
Now, I know, and this is one of the main reasons why I actually want to go with this video. I didn't watch it completely, but this is where I got to. This is actually an interesting point when it comes from Destiny, because usually it's when you actually hear it on the surface. When you hear it on the surface, it's almost like, well, not everybody's gonna make it, not everybody's gonna be me, so just be happy with your lot in life. No, that's again, a nuanced take, and this is one of the fucking reasons why I think Destiny has a spite issue with his politics, because some of it does actually make sense, but a lot of it is just like, if you piss me off, I'm gonna be the most contrarian thing that I could ever fucking be. And so let's just listen to this and listen to the fucking meritocracy, you can be whatever you want, and the argument gets shut down quickly. So let's listen.
What does that have to do with the? Wait, I don't get it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you're so caught up in the no, you got to tell everybody they can make it, even if we know that not everybody can make it. But let's go.
Accepting the circumstances you're in, teaching everybody to swim would probably be better than trying to get 10,000 people in a 40-person lifeboat. Teach people how to deal with life as it comes, rather than saying you could be the exceptional 1%, because 99% of people are going to meet that mark.
Why wouldn't you tell people to like do what you did?
Because most of them would fail.
You're the exception.
Yeah, but I understand that. Yeah, but not everybody can.
Yeah, but I think everybody can find something that contributes to society. And
yes, that is, everybody can find something that contributes to society. I love doing motherfucking art. Am I going to be in the top 1%? I hope I will, but I know that takes luck. I know that takes skill, and that takes practice time. That right now, that because I have to live life and pay bills, I may not be able to do. It takes different equipment that I have, or more different techniques that I don't have the time to learn. Does that mean that I don't keep striving for it? No. But it also doesn't mean that I tell myself, if I don't make it as the world's top artist, then I'm nothing. If I don't make it as the world's top streamer, then I'm gonna be amount to nothing in my life. Once you start telling people that, that's when you have people unplayer wanting themselves.
they can do well at it.
Yeah, but not all of those jobs are going to be highly compensated.
You're going to be exceptionally depressed if.
Wait. She didn't get it? She just now did not understand that even also if you're the top in your field, not all jobs are going to be, you can't get rich off of being the top one in your field. She looks like she just now heard that. All right, let's go.
You failed. It's good to have realistic expectations, but that doesn't mean you can't push yourself to be.
I think you can do. I think you can do anything. I genuinely believe I can do anything.
Except for having a personality, be intelligent, think outside of a conservative mind frame. Yeah, sure. Pearl, you can do anything. How about being married by 24, 25, or 26?
That's that. It must be. What a fun background, you know?
No, what? Yeah. I'm serious. I just don't understand.
I believe you. I believe you feel that way.
I just don't understand in the position you're in why you wouldn't encourage people to get into your position. It's like he wants to be the only one in the position.
Because
no, Pearl,
as disappointment comes in your life when you have a difference between the expectation and the reality of a situation. Mm-hmm. If you're selling somebody that you want to try to be the next big YouTuber, the next big star, do you know how many people buy like the brand new computers, the brand new overlays, they get all their stuff set up, and then they stream for like 6 months to 2 viewers?
5 years to 2 viewers. But I love every one of you guys that are watching now. Trust me. But no, I don't do this because I think if I grind it out hard as I can, then I'm going to be the next Destiny, Vash, Hassan. Like, no, I do it because I fucking want to. And if I can make a living off of it, I want to make a living off of it. But let's continue.
Like, it's not healthy to put somebody in a state of mind where, like, you have to go for the top 1% or else you're nothing. You're a loser. You haven't made it. It's better to teach people, like, how can you excel at areas in life that will make you happy? You don't need to be, like, a massive superstar to do it.
But I'm saying it doesn't mean...
And this is what I'm talking about. It's... A lot of people get stoicism wrong. A lot of people get... Stoic means that you are... unflinching, unemotional. Stoicism is literally the belief of keep going in spite of knowing that you would fail. Not that you may fail. It's how you act. knowing that you will fail, knowing that the worst would happen. That's what stoicism is. It's more bleak than what a lot of people think it is. It's loving somebody when you know the relationship was going to end. It's having a child when you know that you may have to, that you almost are always certain to bury that child. It's going on a boat knowing that it's going to be, you have a high chance of dying, but going about it anyway. And not wasting the tears to say like, I knew it was going to happen, but it's okay. I live my life on my terms. That's what stoicism is. Not this being a big emotionless husk. But let's continue.
They'll get to where you get, but taking advice from you could help them get there. Maybe they don't get, I don't know how many followers you had on Twitch or
fame
whatever.
is generally not considered something that people strive for, but they think other people strive for. And
why does it keep happening that the other woman who's supposed to be on Pearl's side actually makes her look stupid? It keeps happening all the time. But let's go.
It can kind of put
you don't think people strive for fame?
I think the people that strive for fame have a hole in their life, and they're using that fame to fill a vacuum of love that they don't think they can get in real life.
A lot less people do than the people that think others all want it. It's the least thing that people actually end up wanting. But obviously with fame, there comes money and other things you get from it. But the actual fame itself...
But my whole point is that he's in a position a lot of people would want to be in. Like, you're successful. Like, you've been on the internet for 10 years. Like, that's a huge accomplishment.
12 years, but... Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm serious. So many people come and go. Even like when you're here, I'm asking you questions because I think it's cool how long you've been on the internet. Like, not a lot of people can do that.
I think a lot of people would not like the amount of stress he's had to deal with.
No, I
Oh my God. Pearl is so fucking stupid. Pearl is so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. Her friend is hitting it right on the motherfucking head.
I understand that.
A special person.
I understand that too, but I'm saying, like, why wouldn't you want to encourage people to get to where you're at? Because
I feel like you're going to keep asking me the same.
You're so exceptional at it.
You're going to keep asking me the same.
It's almost as if Pearl is just enamored by Destiny for some reason.
Same question because you don't like the answer I'm giving you, but I'll say it again. If I have 100,000 people listening and I give tips on how to reach my position, maybe 20 or 30 of them maybe could like hit something similar. Why would I do that instead of talking to all 100,000? We're like, here are things that you could do to have a happier life. Like, I feel like I would rather do that because realistically, not everybody could be in the top 1% of every industry or whatever, right?
That's why it's called the 1%. All right, Alex, let's go.
Yeah, but it's like they might not hit where you've hit, but they could still improve from where they're at.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
For being a streamer, it's a little bit of a binary. You either make it or you don't. If somebody puts aside like 6 months of their life to try to get into streaming and they don't get more than 2 viewers, it's not like, oh, well, at least I improved myself a ton because I was like on the journey. Like, there's no journey improvement. It's like going for like professional sports, right? If you throw your whole life into volleyball or basketball or whatever and it doesn't work out and you don't even get like good, like NCAA spots, well, I mean, like, what do you have to show for it? It's like, well, at least I was on the journey. Like, well, no, now it's like, okay, I need to go back and like figure out what to actually do with my life now, right?
Oh, wait, I was going to...
It would be condescending if it was more of like, I made it, so fuck you guys. And it will be more condescending is like, I made it, so please, I just stay where you at. Like, no, it is one of those things where it comes down to, yes, motherfucking, if you don't make it, be content. If you can't fucking fly, learn how to run. If you can't run, learn how to crawl. If you can't crawl, learn how to motherfucking swim. It's one of those things. And Pearl's like, no. Even if they don't have any wings, even if they can only crawl, you make sure they know they can all fly. It's stupid, Pearl. You're stupid. And by the way, Pearl, here, check this out. All right, check the young ladies out right here. She has color in her face, and of course we know some of it's makeup, but she has color on her legs, and these looks like sheer stockings. Pearl, we gonna need you to see some sun, baby girl. We need you to see some sun. I'm just saying, we need you to see some sun. Because you are pale.
I'm going to read the Destiny roasts really quick before we end it. I don't want to gaslight you guys into that. Hold on. Okay. I did some screenshots. All right, Destiny is worse for masculinity than Andrew Tate because Destiny is so uncool that young men look at him to do the complete opposite, even if he's right. My mom is deadly sick but left the family, leaving my dad in ruins. Your advice would make me weak. Sneeko and the rest inspire me to be better than you.
And Sneeko is having an unhinged rant right now. I'm just, okay, yeah, sure, let's go.
Destipool, you think red pillars give bad advice because you think people are shallow and stupid. And to end,
technically, he does think a lot of people are shallow and stupid, but you guys aren't. All right, I'm sorry. Let's go.
End up following their own voices instead of virtues. Destiny, tech and social media has replaced the men because of women. They think they don't need us because we built the technology to make their lives better. The band of brothers exists for a reason in a hyper volatile situation.
Built the first electronic.
I'm sorry. Her friend was about to blow her shit. No, women did actually build some of the first technology when it came to like gaming. When it came to like, you know, the internet. Like it wasn't just guys in that room, you know. All right, let's go.
I need to get through this.
Yeah, just let it
Band of brothers exists for a reason. Hyper volatile situations. Women can barely relate or want to know how men feel. Destiny. I agree. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, I have a couple more.
Did y'all hear that bird? It went pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. Oh my God, Pearl is a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, guys. Pearl is an idiot. And I don't know what else to say. She's stupid as shit. She's a pick me. And then when people call her on her bullshit, she doesn't have the good grace to understand that she has just been made a fool outside of just like, it's one of those, she's one of those people that you can see that she knows that she looks foolish on her face, but the next words that come out of her mouth are even more foolish. And I'm sorry, like, I don't know what else to say. It's just one of those things where it's just like, just shut up. Stop digging. If you keep digging, you're going to hit fucking bedrock of your stupidity. Yeah. Anyway, if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe, and all that other good shit. We're going to cut this video segment here. And oh boy. Oh boy. Oh man. I don't understand. Like, it is, wow. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Anyway. Let's actually take some time to cover like a decent news story. Where is it at? Come on, come on. Let me see if I can reload it. So outside of your boy Donald Trump actually, you know, being arraigned for being a motherfucking being a simpleton over Stormy Daniels, there were a number of different political unrest that actually happened. Hold on. Just trying to pull something up. New tab. Oh God. I was I actually ordered Horizon Zero Dawn, the Forbidden West, Horizon Forbidden West, The Burning Shores. So it's like Horizon, Forbidden West, The Burning Shores. So I'm waiting for that to actually pop in. It drops on the 19th, so like it's 2 weeks away. Oh my God, I gotta start a new game plus for that shit. Where is that article? Just trying to pull up the history. Hold on, guys. I'm just trying to pull it up. No. History. Let's see. Here we go. All right, so yeah, that's gonna be a thing that's gonna happen. All right, let's go to the next motherfucking story that I have. So I know the big news thing that was happening about a politician getting arrested was, you know, the Orange Crusaders. He got arrested in New York on yesterday, because today is Wednesday when I'm recording this. And well, quite frankly, I say good. And every person that I watch, even people that may have some conservative or some libertarian leanings, they've said, like, dude, if you didn't do it, just prove that you didn't do it. It's a record keeping thing. You can just keep the records and show that you didn't do it. But a lot of these people are just like, yeah, we know he did it. And quite frankly, it was something where, I hate to say it, like, yeah, and he was going to get arrested for something, because there's too much shit going around for him not to get arrested. But I saw I was made aware of this news story by Bull of the Fifth Column. And this recently happened over the weekend in Tallahassee. And we're just going to actually go over this video. And let's just say there's still people fighting in Florida for the reproductive rights for women and people who can't give birth. So let's go.
Where several protesters and activists, along with Senator Lauren Book and Chair Nikki Fried, are being arrested.
So, if you didn't hear it clearly, Lori Book, I believe she said her name was, which is a state senator in Florida, Lauren Book, okay, and Democratic Party chair in the state of Florida, Nikki Fried, they're being arrested because they were protesting for the right for a medical procedure that anybody that has a uterus should be able to have. So let's continue.
Are being arrested after speaking out against SB 300, the bill that would put in place the 6-week abortion ban in Florida. Everybody was told that if they remained outside City Hall past 8, that they would be arrested, and that has been done.
Go on the sidewalk, you have to leave underneath here. Thank you.
And we are being pushed back.
Free speech, right? Free speech. This is the city hall. They are residents, and some people are members of the press. But these fuckers, y'all, you can't see what we about to do. Do they forget that cameras have zoom? I'm just saying. Let's see if it's anything else in here.
I'm out by City Hall.
The video goes and does this. Here it goes.
I'm out by City Hall.
So yeah, that was the video. Let's just read the article. Florida Democratic Party Chair Nikki Fried and Senate Democratic Leader Lauren Book were among about a dozen demonstrators who were handcuffed and arrested at an evening protest for abortion rights outside of Tallahassee City Hall. The protests condemning the state's proposed 6-week abortion ban were taken away by police while sitting in a circle singing, Lean on Me inside of the barricaded area of a park that was closed at sunset. Let me just increase the article size. Let's look at some of the pictures. So you're telling me that these are people that are threats to your motherfucking, are threats to civil order. These people that are sitting with their hands up in a circle, big bad cops with weapons, have to come and arrest them. Wow. This chick right here looking like, fuck you. This chick look like, I'm gonna be out in 5 minutes. This is that look like, yo, I did it. I fucking said it. Oh, better yet, if you've watched the Forgot About Dre video, this is that look that Eminem gave, like, yeah, we was there next to a burnt out house with a can full of gas and a handful of matches and still wasn't found out. Like, the fuck? They just don't give no fuck. Oh my God, they don't give no fuck. I'm sorry. This shit is awesome. Is it more to the story? Yeah, it's more. After multiple warnings throughout the day, protesters acknowledged that they understood that anyone refusing to leave their premises at sundown will be subject to arrest. This evening, after sunset, a majority of the crowd left the property while 11 people refused to leave despite numerous requests. They were subsequently arrested for trespassing. After a warning, the Tallahassee Police Department encourages individuals exercising their First Amendment right of peaceful assembly to do so in accordance with the law. Congress shall pass no law abridging the freedom of speech, press, or to peacefully assemble. Wait. The Tallahassee Police Department supports non-disruptive demonstrations and works diligently to protect and uphold the rights of citizens. Then you wouldn't have arrested them, you dumb fucks. I just can't get over this. The Public Democratic Party was quick to respond to the arrest, breaking. Florida Democratic Party Chair Nikki Fried was arrested in Tallahassee for defending the woman's right to choose. It wrote, Florida Democrats will not back down in our defense of abortion rights. Our chair made it clear tonight. The tweet including the donation link. Representative Anna Escamani, Democrat of Orlando, tweeted that Florida is now where freedom goes to die. And Florida Planned Parenthood Action urged the public to tell Tallahassee Mayor John Daly they are disgusted by the arrest of peaceful protests. Rick Wilson and the founder of the Lincoln Project, a Republican group created to oppose the former president Donald Trump, that has also taken jabs at Ron DeSantis, wrote, I'm eager to hear what the free speech absolutionists have to say about this. Yes. Christian Ziegler, the chair of the Republican Party of Florida, called the arrest a Democratic stunt. It's politics, dog. What do you expect? You know what would have stopped this stunt? Not arresting them. You know what would have stopped this stunt? You know what would have made it where, they wouldn't have got any press? You let them protest and you kept the cops actually protecting the protesters. That's what you should have done. That would have made it where it wouldn't have been a news story. You should have let them protest until their hearts were content. Let them like you would probably want, children to do, burn themselves out and say, well, we're free speech absolutionists. So we actually not only did we allow for them to protest, we protected the protesters because we wanted to protect their right of speech. But fascists never want to have rights for people other than themselves. Clearly, no respect for law enforcement or the rule of law. Motherfucker, you have no respect for the Constitution. I mean, I'm sure these motherfuckers would appreciate a Second Amendment right. But what about the First Amendment right? Conservatives wins, Democrats lose, people continue to flock to Florida. The Sunset Showdown was set up early in the day, hours before the Florida Senate would pass a 6-week abortion ban on largely party line votes. Opponents outside of Tallahassee City Hall gathered at 8 a.m. for they promised to be multiple days of protests in Tallahassee to defend reproductive freedom. Occupy Tally believed it had the city permit for the rally for this week, but said it was revoked by officials. Again, the free speech absolutists. The city said it tried to work with the protesters, but realized the group wanted people statewide to come and occupy the plaza in front of City Hall for extended periods of time, which the city won't permit. Damn. Y'all are so bad at this. The possibility of people sleeping on city property raised liability questions, sure. Tallahassee City Commissioner Curtis Richardson, a former state lawmaker himself. The city spokesman Allison Ferris said the city had tried to work with the organizers on the permit. However, due to the size of the crowd they were expecting and their desire for overnight camping, we simply unable to accommodate them. Thursday, Tallahassee elected a sign along the sidewalk into City Hall that bans overnight camping. No one seemed to notice it until Monday morning when the protesters incorporated it into their makeshift graveyard for approaching. It is sad. They are doing everything in their power. Again, Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or peaceful assembly or the press or religion. God damn, these people are. I can't read anymore. I can't. This is sad. This is so fucking sad that they would use any fucking law. Like, I'm of the opinion now that if the Democrats, the spineless motherfucking Democrats, actually use the law to their advantage as much as conservatives do, the Conservative Party wouldn't be around. The Conservative Party wouldn't be around. I am for that shit. It is something called malicious compliance. And the Democrats need to understand that. They need to learn malicious compliance. Because Republicans, conservatives, will follow the law till it suits them, and then they will break that shit. But Democrats, they need to learn malicious compliance. That would be amazing. But anyway, like, share, subscribe, all that other good shit. We go to this video segment here. Man. Whew. That was amazeballs. I don't even know what else to say. All right. Can we get some more of this sneako shit? Oh my god. I am upset. Let me see something, because here, I got to do my taxes. I have to do my taxes. But I'm going to do that. So it is a TV show that I watch on fucking Crunchyroll that I am mad about. I am mad about. Like, okay, it's called Misfit of Demon Academy. And I am mad that episode 7 still hasn't dropped yet. It has been over a month since episode 6 came out. And I get it. I'm not like I want people to be safe, and because their studio had an outbreak of COVID. Yeah, no, that's something that yeah, that's something that is bad. But I am disappointed. I am disappointed that this shit hasn't happened. It's been removed. Oh, so let me see if Crunchyroll came out with it. I know I can't really do it, so let me just check something. Cause I may actually have something to do after the stream. You know, besides, you know, masturbating. Oh, Konosuba has a new TV show out. That's actually gonna be cool. And I gotta catch up with my goddamn High School DX. Like, I saw first few seasons, but I need to actually watch the rest of it. Stop. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play. Pause. More episodes. No, episode 7 didn't come out yet. I'm mad as hell. All right. I'm getting distracted. See, it is a reason why I stream when I do. And it kind of pushes me back, because like after work, as much as I want to get on the stream and like, you know, share my thoughts with you guys, sometimes I just want to sit back and chill and watch, you know, YouTube when I'm not at work and splitting my attention. Did I say I watched YouTube at work? I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. Anyway. All right, so let's actually get to the rest of this motherfucking video. All right, let's get to this. I do not want to do this video, but like, Sneeko is a fucking idiot. I know. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, guys. So I'm gonna try to finish out this video, because I want to give Sneeko a fair shake, but he's just a fucking idiot.
Want to believe?
And yeah, we're gonna try to finish out this video, and then we're gonna go to like 2 other videos if you're watching this on stream. But I want to try to figure out this video. So let's go. Let's finish out this video. And by the way, if you haven't seen part 1 of this video, just find it in the playlist when I actually have it up. It's, you know, you'll see. And then from there, you know, we're gonna make sure that we're enjoying it. So all right. By the way, if you can, guys, hit that like button and subscribe and all that other follow shit and everything like that. So let's go. Last time, when we were listening to Sneeko make himself look like more of a fool, he was talking with Charlie, who was utterly decimated him. it's been like a NBA player, an NBA team playing a team full of on a court in basketball playing a team of little leaguers. And yeah, that analogy didn't sound right, but I'm trying. Anyway, let's go. We also saw at this time that, you know, Charlie was putting his foot squarely in Sneako's ass. And this requires some music. So let's get some background music on and let's hear this shit. Let's go.
He was with 3 women. I wasn't there either. I guess we're never gonna know. But he did get the DMs from the basketball player.
To add on to this, if there's even small.
So this is past where we were talking about
the way you just.
Let's see. I think we were right here. Let's go.
Justified it is a way many other people that you call playing the victim would also be able to justify things. The point is, when you are constantly whining and talking about how you're being attacked, it is still being victimized. I tried to point a mirror at him to point out that a lot.
So I think we were right here where Sneako was talking about how everybody was mean to him and how they canceled him and how his feelings were hurt. So like, yeah, this is where we're at. So let's go.
Every streamer, the entire internet, all of YouTube reacted to your video. I drop a response where I even apologize for going out of character and getting emotional. And then people... It's millions.
And I know I said this last time, but Sneako, stop stealing McDonald's Wi-Fi. Stop stealing McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Million views in 12 hours. Nobody watching my riddle. Some of them react me and making me die in an animation, but nobody wants to see what I have to say. I've become a caricature on YouTube rather than somebody who has something to say. I've become a meme.
You did that to yourself, Sneako. You did that to yourself.
Because I am banned. That's not victimizing. That's actively pointing out how strong censorship is and how people on mainstream platforms can run with the narrative when you're not there.
Who got you banned, Sneako? Was it the shit that you said? Or did just some cabal just decided that they were going to shut you up? All right, let's go.
The way you just justified it is a way many other people that you call playing the victim would also be able to justify things. The point is, when you are constantly whining and talking about how you're being attacked, it is still being victimized. I tried to point a mirror at him to point out that a lot of the things he criticizes others for is things that he actively does himself, and the one I focused on was victimization. Because the way he justifies, playing the victim is justification people have used in the past that he calls out. So I was just trying to illustrate that it's not only hypocritical, but also just kind of silly. That he, with all of his beliefs, still plays the victim and whines so much on Twitter. But that point wasn't really landing. We just kept kind of going in a circle about that one, so I don't want to focus on it too much here.
It's disingenuous, and now we're having the debate, but you would rather DM and go and make this about drama. Oh, let me go and react and do more drama content rather than have a conversation.
But I never...
Yeah, that's his job to react to stupid shit on the internet. It's his job. Remember you were doing it for your job too? Remember those videos that you did, Sneako, when you would watch people do street interviews and you would call them out for doing or saying stupid shit? Remember that shit, Sneako, right? Remember that's how you got to the level that you got? I don't get why you don't understand that, man.
I'm glad you're doing it now.
You have to remember that I didn't start any of this. You reacted to me telling jokes about your friend and then had your audience tell me, and that went on for like 2 weeks, and so eventually I explained why I don't like you. And then when I did that, that was the only time I planned on talking about you. You went on stream with your gun to threaten me, and you kept it up for 3 months, adding me...
I didn't do that to threaten you. That was a joke about clips.
Oh, it was a joke. It was just joking. It's just, why is it when right-wingers get called out for doing dangerous or threatening shit, it was just a joke? Yeah. Why? Well, it's a joke that Charlie was talking about you. He was making fun of you. Remember Bring Back Bullying, Sneako? You got bullied, dog. But it's not... Look. It's not bullying. It's not canceling. It's making fun of you.
I actually think I was threatening you.
Whether or not you were
victimized, you're gonna say victimized. You're gonna say I'm actively trying to threaten you by saying a clips joke on a stream.
I don't think you were actually coming after my life. It doesn't change the fact that for 3 months you continued to carry it on. I wasn't reacting to you. I wasn't even talking about you. This is a quick point that I think he did see my side on. He likes to make the claim that I was farming him for views and AdSense money, which couldn't be further from the truth. I never wanted to talk about Sneeko. I never had plans of doing it. He kept poking and prodding me until I did. And then, once I did, he wasn't happy that I was so mean in my response that for 3 months he did carry on this very one-sided beef until, once again, I decided to spit and play in the pig pen, and I made a tweet firing back at him after months of not even mentioning him, and then made a follow-up video. But it was never part of my agenda to do that. And I think after explaining it to him, he did see that he was really the instigator. And I am glad that he did have that, realization after our conversation, that he was willing to accept that. I think that is healthy, that he was open to seeing that, okay, maybe I was wrong and his intention wasn't drama AdSense farming.
What do you think?
Wow, I would have loved to actually see him admit that, but let's go.
That I've said that I don't believe in.
So we'll use our beef, for example. You think I'm weak for not taking you up on a boxing fight. But on the same side of that coin, you won't take Brandon Buckingham up on that boxing fight.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Sneeko is scared of Brandon Buckingham. Somebody who's an actual professional fighter. You know what that reminds me of? So, remember, and those of you guys who know, Haas, Infrared. Infrared is this big bruiser. I say big, he's like 5'7", and I'm not gonna lie, I'm 5'7" too. This big bruiser motherfucker who thinks that he can bully and holler and shout somebody down. And he's challenged the insane motherfucking Bad Empanada. But he's also challenged Dylan Burns. And Dylan Burns was like, yeah, I'll fight you. And I was like, okay, cool. And then he realized that Dylan Burns has actual fighting experience. And then Haas backed the fuck down. Like these tough guys, and Charlie's even said it, these tough guys that think, oh, I'm going to fight you. And when somebody accepts it, because they can fight back, oh no, I was just joking. Tell you what, Sneeko, you don't even have to fight Charlie. Why don't y'all go into a gym competition? A lift competition. Why did you do that? Why don't you do that? Let's go.
The whole point was, I don't stand by my beliefs because I won't fight you for it. Well, with that perspective, why wouldn't you fight Brandon Buckingham when you feel so strongly about your beliefs and he says the same things I do? Wouldn't you want to prove
because
that you stand?
The first fight that I want to take would be against somebody, one, who has more clout than me. Two.
So he's doing it for clout. He's doing it for clout. So you're disingenuous about it. Okay, let's go.
I disagree with ideologically. I don't disagree with him ideologically at all.
But he says the same things I say about you.
This person has been obsessed for a long time. He's suing me for emotional distress. Personally, I don't care about this person, and there's no benefit for me to take my first fight with this person.
So then
if
your
I fought
beliefs.
Somebody I challenge.
So then
the reason I was banned on Twitter for challenging Hasanabi to a fight, one, because a lot of people want to see that. He's well known. He disagrees with me completely. There's a lot of tension for that fight.
So you're just doing it for clout. I'm sorry, if I'm gonna fight somebody, it's because they fucking tried to assault me first, then I'm beating the brakes off of them. But this shit, why would I waste my time or risk my freedom from beating your ass into a coma over just words? Why? It's just words. Because if I start, I'm going to beat you into a coma. So I'm not going to do it. So that's why I don't advocate violence. Because it's stupid. But hold on, guys. Hold on. Sorry, guys. My mother was calling about a tech issue. Let's continue.
Paul, you have said a lot of things that are very negative about me. There's beef in the air, and you talk a lot about me, so things that you probably wouldn't say to my face. It would be an entertaining fight.
Does he not get that people can talk shit about you over the internet? Sneeko, you've talked shit about people over the internet all the time. It's not worth throwing fisticuffs over some of the dumbest shit people say. It's just making fun of you. If you are so fucking insecure that somebody makes fun of you, that you want to fight them, and on top of that, you're doing it for clout, that at that point, it's not, we can't even be so sure that it's pissing you off. It's just like you said the number one reason was for clout. That's fucking unbelievable. Let's go.
But that's not the point. The whole point is you think I am weak, and you keep harping on this for not taking you up on the fight. But you won't take someone up on a fight that's saying the exact same things I am. So it seems like the beliefs, you don't stand by that strongly if you're not confident you can make a spectacle.
Charlie, we both know you wouldn't accept the fight.
Right, I've made that very clear.
We both know.
I mean, like, he said it straight out. I'm not going to fight you. I have no need to fight you. It's so obvious that Charlie doesn't give a fuck about fighting you. He doesn't feel like his masculinity is on the line because he's secure with himself. He doesn't follow around a fucking admitted rapist and a sex trafficker to make himself feel any type of good. His masculinity is secure in and of himself. So why would he need to fight you?
Even when I challenge you, we both know it's to point out that a lot of people talk a lot of talk online and they never have to face the consequences because they stay in their room.
Just like with you and Brandon Buckingham. Just like with you and your literal words was, I'm just going to stay in my room and make jokes.
All day. That was to point it out. Men are tired of seeing this back and forth internet drama. They want to see people go and settle it. I've never said a word about this person that you're bringing up. I haven't said a word about him since last summer. I won't say his name publicly again. I'm being sued for emotional distress. I'm leaving that alone. I have no problem with this person. We have gone back and forth. We're going back and forth on Twitter. People want to see it. People are tired of these keyboard warriors going back and forth. That was to point out the fact that men should not feel so comfortable talking a lot of talk on Twitter that they would never say in person.
You made claims of Brandon Buckingham being like a rapist and shit. Wouldn't that be something that you'd want to fight about at that point? Like
that was not a claim that I made. That was not a claim that I made.
I can't remember the specifics of it, but you did toss out the word rapist when talking about Brandon Buckingham. I don't remember the context it was used in, but you did mention it, right? So why is all of a sudden that now beneath you? Like, you don't have any problems with him now after he's willing to fight. The point is, you're talking about, you say these things and you don't have consequences. Well, what about you? You said these things. He's trying to give you those consequences that you think are so important.
Look, he's looking around for Brandon already. He's looking around for Brandon.
And you won't take him up on it. There is a clear hypocrisy.
That was something. That was a different example. The guy was a previous fan. It's a giant misunderstanding. There's a lawsuit involved.
He does not know what to do right now. All right, Aaron, let's go.
So I can't talk about this too much, but that is not what I accuse him of. I do not think he is that word. I never said that about him, and that's a lie. He wants to do it because there's an obsession going on, but that's irrelevant.
Well, it's all tying back into the point I'm making, where the things that you preach against, you yourself embody. I'm not trying to use this as a gotcha moment, but I do think it's important to illustrate here that Sneeko is still denying this claim, even though there's tons and tons of video evidence where he does say that Brandon Buckingham was threatening to rape someone. He says it multiple times, and that's what the lawsuit was about, but it doesn't prevent Sneeko from fighting Brandon Buckingham if he was, open to it for defending the beliefs and stuff, which is the point I was trying to make.
I'm gonna R-word your girlfriend. Literally said that. And he said, I'm gonna R-word your girlfriend, bro.
This dude said he is going to R-word my girlfriend.
Bro, nothing warrants saying I'm gonna R-word your girlfriend. Saying you're gonna R-word my girlfriend? He said that? Yes. Word for word. I'm going to R-word your girlfriend.
Okay, talking shit by threatening R-word.
Claiming that someone said they're going to rape someone is insinuating they are a rapist for making the threat. So this is just a point that I think he was way off the mark on, because he did make these accusations.
Man, it's almost as if we have video evidence. Sneeko. We have a number of people saying that you did do that. Even yourself. Are you going to believe what somebody said?
against Brandon Buckingham.
Your energy, $50 on a course from vetted millionaires, or watching a gaming streamer for 6 hours every night?
Well, he didn't use the course to get rich. He's getting rich from the course, the same way that the course that you're selling is not like your main way that you made money.
Oh my God, he's calling this like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're gonna spend $50 to learn from millionaires, or spend 6 hours watching the motherfucking gamer every night? Should I watch the game if the shit is for free? I'm just saying.
We're making money from that course now, as opposed to what the course is teaching. But again, this is getting completely sidetracked.
That's just not true. That's not my main source of income. I enjoy doing it, and it's a great way to have a network. And you talk about all the lonely men that are out there. What are you doing to go and help these people?
Wait, it's not my job to help them. Wait, it's not my job to like lead them. Sneeko, is it because you were a lonely man that you needed somebody to guide you and lead you instead of, instead of like trying to change your personality? Okay, I'm sorry. Let's just go.
We understand that there's a problem with loneliness of men. People get in there, they ask me questions about how do I network better? How do I find people who are like-minded? You give them advice and you can see them transform their life. I'm curious as to what you think is a better alternative, because you stream gaming for 6 hours. Is that a better solution to men who are lonely watching you play video games?
I mean, like, it's not exactly the fact that Charlie is somebody, and I'm not like a Charlie dick rider, but you literally see something that I can actually respect him for in the background of his shot. The motherfucker wrote and produced a fucking comic. His lifestyle that he's done. He's maybe 30, and he's used the streaming to be able to create not only just a stream platform, but he's used his lifestyle to create an esports team, to literally create merchandise that he likes, and to put out a motherfucking comic book. That's more inspiring than the shit that you're doing, Sneeko. Whining about how you got PTSD because you saw your girlfriend getting fucked.
Or giving advice to men who don't know how to find a community of like-minded people, who don't know how to make money online and want to live a lifestyle where, look, I'm in Japan. You're still in the same room that I've seen you in since high school.
Was that a flex? Was that a flex? Wait, was that a flex? Wait. You think he can't go to Japan? Sneeko, do you really think he can't go to Japan? Oh my God, Sneeko, dog. Was that a flex? Do you really think he can't go to Japan? I'm sorry. He has a esports team that he pushes out and he admits to losing money on. But you're in the same room that I've seen you in high school. And look, I'm in Japan. That's not the flex you think it is, man. That's not the flex you think it is.
I can go places. I choose not to. I'm happy here the same way you're happy traveling in Japan. Like, these are non-arguments that you're making. It's the same argument
I've never seen you outside of your room. And
it's almost as if he streams in his room. Oh my God. Fuck. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. Oh my God, he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. Okay, all right, let's go.
I don't know how many years I've seen you on YouTube. I've never seen you out of your room. I've seen you with dildos in your room, throwing it at each other and your friends. I've never seen you travel. I've never seen you network with other people. I've never seen you show your audience what's possible if they make money as well. I've seen you play video games since like 2016.
In one of the clips you showed of me, I am outside at Gasparilla with my girlfriend. What are you talking about?
Yeah. One of the clips that he shows, he is outside with his girlfriend at a fucking celebration outside. I'm gonna let that sink in.
We got into a little bit more of a heated argument about this point. I do still take great issue with gurus charging for courses, much like Sneeko does with the Creativity Kit, and it's something he actually pitched a lot during our conversation, so it seems something that he strongly believes in. I don't know if that's because of the monetary gain he experiences from it, or if he truly believes it is something that's changing lives, but he did pitch it multiple times because I pointed out that I don't like that kind of shit. It feels exploitative to people that are desperate and looking for anything, whether it's a sense of community or a sense of, here's how to get successful like me. When really the success is built upon the people that pay for it, not what you're preaching. At least the majority of the...
I mean, like, that's a base take. That is a base take. And you know what? I can respect him for that. A lot of people who are in the manosphere are actually taking advantage of these lonely, sad men. Instead of making, like, look, I can make a course for you right now. I can make a course for you right now. And I will charge you free $99. Come to my Discord, we can have a fucking conversation, and it will be just like, hey, be the person that you want to be around. Now, if you ask me how to get rich quick, and how to exploit people, I'm going to say, fuck you and get out of my Discord. But still, if your goal is to actually have a fulfilling life, it doesn't exactly mean that you have to be super rich. But let's go.
The time that's the case. And then he made the false claim about, you know, you don't showcase what's possible because you stay in your room a lot. Which I do stay in my room a lot, but there is so much content on my channel where I'm outside of my room, it's baffling that he'd even try and make that claim with a straight face. And even in the number one thing he showed for me, which is the picture of me and my girlfriend, we are literally outside at a party. So I don't understand why he keeps making that claim that I don't leave my room or I'm only in the house. But
it's the soy boy content. It's the soy boy content. That's all it is. It's trying to stereotype somebody who is, which Sneeko admits, is more popular and has more clout than he does. He's an NPC. Sneeko is an NPC. He doesn't even realize that he's doing NPC lines to somebody that he shouldn't be doing NPC lines to. But let's continue.
But it is something that I fought him on, and he did clearly see he was incorrect on, so another thing he was willing to concede. But still maintaining that courses like $50 a month isn't a lot of money, especially for the value he believes people get out of it. And maybe I can only speak for everything I've ever seen, but I've never read or met someone who is successful because they bought a online guru's course. I only ever see or hear about the people who've lost so much more money than they ever had to spend because they're chasing this fucking hopium that's being peddled their way with these courses and guides. Now again, Sneeko's might not be that. I haven't read it, I'm not 100% sure, but the vast majority of these guru courses are completely worthless scams. You're talking about things that are agreeable, and this is what I've said about Andrew Tate. He doesn't always say silly, dumb shit, but he does, and he couples it with good, real things, like you mentioned, porn addiction is a problem. Like, no one's gonna disagree with that, but everything that you're sprinkling in outside of it is totally fucking irrelevant to the rest of it, man.
I mean, like, it's almost as if these red pills guys, their biggest enemy is not the leftists, which we should be their biggest enemy. It's the rise of normal people. That's all it is. It's the rise of normal people. No, that shit doesn't make any sense. That shit doesn't make any sense. Like, seriously. And I'm not saying Charlie is I don't know his political beliefs. It just seems normal, centrist. Like, you're selling somebody. It's motherfucking Avon for guys. That's all it is. It's Mary Kay for guys. Come be a part of my course. Then you can actually make money just like I do. That's all it is. And these motherfuckers don't have to do nothing but sit back and give empty ass platitudes. And they're raking in money because there are so many desperate guys that think, hey, I'm just going to throw away $50 a month to try to get $1 million every month. And it's stupid. Shit, most of these guys would probably be better off spending that fucking $50 on a dating site. And at least then, if they change the way that they think, they can get some woman to touch them. But let's continue.
You going and flexing on your audience isn't showing them what's possible. It's showing what's possible when they're paying for your lifestyle. The advice you give, you thrive off them staying miserable, right? The second they get happy, the second they get money,
No,
the second
I definitely don't.
they will not
I
be
definitely
paying for
don't.
your course
If
anymore.
If my audience does not get value from my content, they're going to leave. The reality is that streamers and
Bullshit. I know that there are people right now that will tell their audience, don't donate to me. I'm just talking about Lowe's cows. And their audience will still donate to them. And they've been open and honest, like, yo, I'm going to use this money for a strip club and alcohol. And they've been upfront. And people will still donate. Because what their audience is getting from them is entertainment. Entertainment first, foremost. And so people don't mind throwing around money. And it's not a jab at the creator. I actually think that creator actually has a lot more motherfucking, has a lot more honesty that they give because they upfront about telling them. So yeah, no, fuck that. Like, people are paying for the entertainment, or to be close, or to some parasocial shit. That's what people are paying for. Well, let's continue.
content creators like you, the audience always grows up. They watch a little of the gaming content, then they grow up. They're not learning anything, and so they go to another content creator. They go to somebody else who's popular or trendy. You need.
That's the nature of all fucking media and entertainment. Sneeko. That's just it. Oh my god, he's so fucking stupid.
To add value to the audience, or else they are going to grow out of it.
And the value of most things is entertainment. What you used to do was humor interlaced with your stuff. Now it's just preaching to the choir of people that already subscribe to your hive mind. It's you're still doing the same thing.
That's what you see on Twitter because that's the only mainstream platform.
Oh god, he doesn't realize that people who are watching, who are following his Twitter, may actually be people who's watching his content as well. He doesn't get it. Okay, all right, let's go.
Platform that I'm still allowed to be on. If you watch my stream,
I have watched
your streams. When I watch my stream for 4 hours, it's not preaching. A lot of it's humor. My motto is seek truth through funny.
Which you've abandoned.
What's going on in the world?
Oh my god, he's not used to people fact checking him. All right, let's go.
It seems you have completely abandoned that. I have watched your streams. I have. A lot of it devolves into just talking again about the same things you always mention. Soy boys, bots, woke mind virus, and then dancing around. And then always trying to defend and find the other side of something controversial. It's the same formula over and over again because that's how you found to keep your audience hooked. It's no different than people that...
I go on Omegle and I'm joking around for an hour, 2 hours. I bring on my viewers and we joke to each other. I bring on people, real life people, they sit next to me and we joke around. I have different...
That doesn't stop them from being in the same fucking Bork ass collective that you're in. This shit is no longer funny. Oh my god, oh my god.
Different podcasts have different guests.
The jokes
I just did a podcast with Ryan Dawson uncovering Epstein and uncovering the truth about 9/11, which I really recommend that you go see, to an alternative platform that's labeled as an alt-right conspiracy website and still maintain the same audience. You can't do that by repeating the same things every day.
Yes, yeah. Oh my god. He's so fucking... He's drunk his own Flavor Aid.
You have to add some value.
But you can. That's the number one grift right now. As long as you are contributing to an echo chamber, the people will not leave you. You form a reliance where they're constantly suckling your tit for validation that their point of view is the right one. And the more that you claim the victim...
Oh my god. Hello? Welcome to the conservative party. I'm sorry.
The more that solidifies and cements them that belief is the correct one because people are attacking
That's absolutely not true at all. I've been talking about the woke mind bias for a long time, and now my audience wants to get to know the truth, so I've been interviewing different people. I did a whole podcast on...
Oh my god, he just admitted it. He's been talking about the woke mind virus for a long time, and now his audience is getting into it, and he's interviewing people who also believe in the woke mind virus. Wow, that echo chamber is loud.
Covering Epstein and who's actually on the client list, because that's one big conspiracy theory that people want to know more about.
Donald Trump. Yes, Donald Trump was on the client list. All right, let's go.
I did an entire podcast uncovering 9/11 and the Iraq War and what happened and why.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what happened with 9/11. We fucked over a lot of Middle Eastern countries, overthrew democratically elected leaders, and people got pissed about it. And some of the people we trained to fight the Soviets, and that training came to bite us in our ass because They saw anybody who came over and fucked with their land as invaders. And so the training that we gave them, because we started to act like the invaders, they used on us. That's what happened with 9/11. You know, that's the thing that really happened. I'm sorry to tell you that, yes, there were people who lied. And you know what, Sneeko? I know you weren't alive for that time frame, but at the time 9/11 happened, we were outright saying that these motherfuckers are lying. Don't do this. Don't go. Don't do the Iraq war. These motherfuckers just want to invade. That's what was happening. That discussion was happening at that time. How do I know? I was alive for it. All right, let's go.
War is created by deception. I'm getting into more things because if you get repetitive, they're going to leave.
Admittedly, I do feel bad doing one thing that I hate when other people do, which is, like he mentions, box him into categories. Because it is very possible, outside of all the content I've watched from him, that he does other things. Now, I have seen a lot of him. I've watched quite a few streams now, out of curiosity, since his big meltdown with the whole dancing with the gun thing about our beef. So I went on there and I did watch some of his streams from that point forward, but they always went the same way. But I do think it was unfair of me to try and box it in and say he's always doing the same thing when it is entirely possible that it's just my exposure to it and what I've seen so far. So I do completely concede that it is possible he does more and talk about more than just what I see on Twitter and the streams that I've seen. But it is worth mentioning later into this discussion, he boxes me in and says all I do is sit in my room playing video games on stream for 7 hours a day. So he is still guilty of the same thing he's accusing others of, which...
Hypocrisy? What? No.
Is a point I like to make, but he doesn't fully realize when I say it to him, but hopefully, you know, after our conversation, he does take a step back and recognize.
No, he's too fucking stupid to realize it. All right, let's go.
Okay, I am guilty of a lot of the things I'm accusing others of, but anyway, that was a point that was kind of branching off from the core topic at this moment of the discussion, which was courses. I have no respect for people that are selling courses on like, here's how you make money, the number one way to make money, guaranteed success, you're gonna, you know, make it with this one, give me this amount of money every month for my book. I always find that to be exploitative, shitty, scummy, and completely useless. Those kind of creators, those kind of people, they rely on desperation. So let's think about this logically. Why would someone who's selling courses on happiness and how not to be lonely, how to get laid, or how to make money, why would they actually want you to succeed? Because then they lose you as a customer. It is far more in their interest to keep you miserable to keep buying the product. And it is something a lot of them are guilty of doing. Now, I haven't seen Sneeko's Creativity Kit, so I can't say for sure if he is also...
I mean, like, I get why you would want to be as charitable as you are, not because Charlie's a good person, but because Nico is just that pitiful. But no, I get it. I fucking totally get it. And not everybody. And I realized something with myself. I realized with myself that I tend to not think the worst of people, but I tend to think more that people are... I tend to think that if it comes down to it, people would do dishonest shit and lie to themselves about doing dishonest shit. That's just me. Like it's one of those things where just like, it's the whole reason why I think a lot of billionaires don't see themselves as hurting people, because they believe that, well, if somebody else is in my position, they'll do the same thing that I would do. So I'm not really doing anything evil. But you're hurting people by cutting their jobs, cutting their pay. Well, if they were in my position, then they would be doing the same thing. Of course, I'm just doing it, and it's not really immoral because everybody would do it. Like, no, dude, you're doing it. You're doing the thing. And I just don't give people credibility of not... I would give people more respect if they knew that they were hurting people, or if they knew that they were doing some bogus shit and they just admit it. This whole, I'm not really hurting anybody. Of course, you should find out, pay $50 for me because, in order to make it rich, because I'm rich, and so you should learn from me for $50 a month. And I'm like, no, dude, you're being scummy. You're being fucking scummy. So I commend Charlie for still trying to be charitable in this instance, but you're being fucking scummy. But let's continue.
Guilty of it as well. Maybe he does try and offer legitimate advice and actually help people. It is possible. But that's not the case for the vast majority of them, which is why I always call it out as this is scummy, or at the very least, unnecessary. We live in a time where you have access to all the information you could ever want. You just need to search it up. You don't need to be paying people that you view as successful to learn their secrets, when those secrets they're revealing aren't what they used to get wealthy in the first place. It's selling you hope. When you are buying their product, you are filling their pockets. That is the product, the book. Not what's in it, it's the book. They're making their money off your purchase of the book.
Exactly.
They're not making their money off of the advice they've given you, at least not the majority of the time. And that's what I was trying to talk about here.
What are your beliefs? What are they? I don't know them. Can you?
Sneeko, I'm going to tell you something. Just because somebody has fame, just because somebody has money, doesn't mean that you need to follow their beliefs. It doesn't. What you need to do is, develop some introspection. Wow. Sorry about that. Develop some introspection and come up with your own moral axioms, your own moral beliefs, instead of trying to copy somebody else's and try to make yourself a copy of somebody else. I know the joke is like Sneeko is discount Andrew Tate, but that's true. You don't have a fucking personality. You don't have any fucking ideology but what somebody else told you, and the same 5 lines you can repeat. I don't look to people who are rich and who are famous and say, what do they believe so I can believe it too? That's stupid. And it's weak-minded. And it's fucking lazy. Do the goddamn mental work yourself to come up with your own axiom and principles, your own beliefs. Can you take bits and pieces of someone's moral system and work to fit it in yourself? Yes. But again, it's work. It is something that you would actually work to do to fit in how you believe you should be. Not just saying, ooh, I'm going to hold them up as my moral icon. But let's continue.
So I feel like I've made my beliefs very clear. I am very firmly on the side of there are certain things, and it's going to be different for everyone, that make people happy. And main thing I want is for people to be happy. I don't like that men are alone, which is why a lot of the advice I give is telling them to get out of their comfort zone and start with something like the gym. The gym is a very social environment. It's an environment where everyone's working towards similar goals. You immediately surround yourself with like-minded people, and maybe you make a connection at the gym. Maybe you can find a friend there, but even if you don't, you are out of your comfort zone in an environment where people are working for a similar goal. And that already changes your mindset as a person. You've given yourself a goal, you are acting on it, and now you're surrounded by people that are also in a similar boat. I think most importantly is I want people to be happy, and a lot of times they can't find that. So I don't think there's anything wrong with escapism, like watching someone play a game or even playing games yourself. Watching a sport, playing a sport yourself is also great. I play pickup basketball every Thursday. Getting out, talking outside of a comfort zone instead of sitting online making 20,000 tweets on the Sneeko Twitter, I think is not productive.
He looks so mad, man. He looks so mad. He looks so mad. Like, wait, what do you mean you play pickup basketball every Thursday? I only see you sitting behind your desk. What do you mean you go to the gym? You don't look like you go to the gym because you don't have like 16,000 workout videos of you going to the gym. What do you mean? Sneeko, dog. Object permanence is a thing. Just because you don't see something doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. And I get it, that's what theists use for the whole existence of God. But like, you can take a you saw a picture of Charlie outside of his room. The studio that he records in. It's almost as if his job is recording. Let's go.
Replying to Sneeko's Twitter, replying to my Twitter, none of it I think is productive. I've had Twitter since 2012. I've made 2,600 tweets, and half of those are just shit posts or a retweet. I think all of that, locking yourself inside as a recluse, living in this completely toxic landscape like Twitter, is the most detrimental thing for a person, and that extends to TikTok as well. I think TikTok has absolutely ruined people's brains in terms of what they can even stomach as an attention span. Having to have like Subway Surfer underneath a video of someone talking because you can't focus long enough, I think it's all a problem. So the things I talk about are usually geared towards either entertaining people.
It's like this is the first time Sneeko has actually realized this shit. I am definitely surprised that, like, of course, like, dude, like, okay, wow, fuck, wow.
For 8 minutes a day or whatever, or during a stream if they're already home from work and just need to unwind, I think all of that is fine. But I do always try and give some level of advice. My background, I don't know if you know, I'm a human science graduate with a concentration in exercise physiology. I believe very firmly in the mind-body connection in terms of strength building and muscle.
Why is he teaching him? Oh my god, Sneeko is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sneeko is looking like. Really, Daddy Charlie? Really? He is really? Wow. Wow, he's looking like, really, Daddy Charlie? Can you teach me too? Like, dude, like, I get it. Like, and I'm not gonna make the joke that Sneeko didn't have a father figure. He probably had a good father figure. It's just he was too stupid to listen. That's just like Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross' family was like, no, he's just fucking stupid. He had a bad breakup and he fell down a rabbit hole. But let's go.
Muscle building. It's going to change your whole brain chemistry, and it will help improve the way you're looking at the world. So that's one of the big things I talk about, is even if you're 100% comfortable with your body, there is no reason not to at least try to make these kind of differences and change your perspective on things. Like, it doesn't even have to be a body issue. It helps your mind overall. I am always against people paying for advice from so-called gurus and professionals because you don't need it. The beauty of the internet is it is an unlimited repository of all of the human knowledge, just this compendium of every piece of information for every subject you could want. And you can access it for free. Under no circumstances do I ever advocate for someone paying up to $50 a month for advice they can freely find right now, even if it doesn't come with a built-in...
He's not even listening. Oh my god, you can just tell that he's not listening. He got pissed, he got triggered, and he's not even fucking listening. Oh my god. Let's see this. He's about to say some stupid shit out of his mouth. I know he's about to say some stupid shit out of his mouth. He's about to say some stupid shit out of his mouth, isn't he? Isn't he?
Yeah, gamers always have the argument, but then they never talk about how college is a waste of time and that people go into $50,000 to $100,000 in debt from people who aren't vetted millionaires. If you could...
Oh my god! Damn it! He just really said some stupid... Wow! Gamers are always not talking about how college is a waste of time. He literally just said that he studied this shit in college. And he literally gave you a motherfucking... He literally did a dissertation. I know not literally, but he did a dissertation of how, hey, this is my background, this is what I studied in college, and this is how you know, I feel works. Wow, how fucking stupid are you, Sneeko? You were not listening at all, and then you went into the talking point that every fucking conservative on Fox News, Newsmax, and OAN does. Well, college is just a waste of time. Who's the fucking bot?
You could pay $50 and talk to a vetted millionaire who has made money online in a way that they don't teach in school. $50 is a steal. People get really upset about this because you're paying somebody directly and you know who you're spending the money on. You don't get upset about college because you don't know the principal, you don't know the headmaster, you don't know the donors. They're nameless people behind a university. So the point of the network is collection of information concentrated in one place, and also the network of people that you can find. Right here, I'm in Japan traveling with somebody that I met from the Creativity Kit. That is something that is valuable and that you will only find by paying $50, which is not a huge price.
That is a big price, but also, do you see what just happened there? You went
$50 is a huge price. That's the same price as your merch that you're using to advertise on this drama.
The whataboutism continues. Fuck! He's so fucking stupid. Charlie is selling merchandise because they're clothes. He's charging $50 for a robe, a terry cloth robe. Do you know those motherfuckers cost like $75, $80? And he's getting a cheap ass version. I mean, like, I don't know the quality of it, but he's wearing a terry cloth robe for $50, and you have a fucking issue. Wow, he's dumb as fuck. He did not listen at all. Okay.
Would you rather your audience pay $50 for a T-shirt from a gamer, or they meet somebody that they can go start a business with?
That the merch isn't $50 for a T-shirt, but regardless, what I want you to recognize is what happened there. I was talking. Okay, it's still not. But with what just happened there is I was talking about something, and you went into PR speak and salesman mode to talk about your course, and you attributed something to me that I actually talk against. I actually have spoken many times about why college just isn't right for everybody. It's not. It simply isn't. I think college provides an invaluable social experience where, for the first time in your life, you're on your own, so you learn how to fend for yourself, you learn how to interact with roommates, strangers, so you get social skills. But college is not going to be a great fit for everyone, especially when it comes to certain academia positions.
God damn it. And see, if you are to say that college isn't for everybody in the way that certain skills are actually taught in college, that's fine. That is something where we can just sit down and have a discussion. But college is incredibly, immensely valuable in actually taking you out on your own. You know, the shit that a lot of conservative parents are scared of, that their kid is going to get out there and actually listen to other things besides exactly what their parent told them to actually believe. It is incredibly valuable for that. But this dumb fuck, because that's what the real fear about conservatives. Not that college is expensive, not that if conservatives, and you actually see it, if conservatives knew that they were sending their kids to a Christian college, oh, they all for it. Sign me the fuck up. Because it keeps them inside of a bubble that they don't want their kids to be outside of. But what do you hear? Liberal professors and the CRT. No, you're mad because your Midwest motherfucking corn-fed kid is now going to college around black people. That's what it is.
Especially like in some art fields. I actually talk a lot about that, but you keep lumping me in with this perception of a gamer and these beliefs that you don't know anything about me on, and yet you still put me in there.
Then you should probably make it more clear.
I do.
I've been personally watching your videos.
He does.
For years, and I had no idea about any of this.
So because you're stupid, you have the attention span of a fucking goldfish. All right, let's go.
Gaming. I've seen you react to drama content. I didn't know that was your method to make people happy, which I think is a narrow way of answering that question about what you believe in and what your belief system is.
I was still
but that's
going.
fine. But I'm glad that you said that, and I think
again, he was still talking, but the attention span of this fucking goldfish right here, it's a miracle that he's in motherfucking Japan. I would be worried because some people may mistake him for a koi fish. For his fucking attention span.
I think that you should reiterate that more in your video to add more value to your audience.
So you said you've watched for a long time. These aren't secrets. I made a video 6 years ago. I just double checked. I uploaded a video 6 years ago called "You're Getting Fucked by College Textbooks." The entire video is about how college textbooks in particular are a massive scam and a very predatory system that universities are using. I do talk about these things. You are just not seeing them and then still putting words in my mouth. My beliefs, I think, are very clear to the people that watch. They're not a secret. They're not hidden. I make them very obvious. It was after this brief discussion here that the entire landscape of our conversation changed, and it became very clear Sneeko never knew anything about me to begin with. He keeps calling me a gamer, using the hard G on me, gamer.
Okay.
I think that might be because that's the only content he ever watched, but I really don't think I've ever made a secret what my beliefs are. I talk about them on stream, I talk about them in videos, I've never been fearful of it. And yet Sneeko either pretends he never saw them, or maybe he just legitimately never saw them. But after explaining to him, he really seemed to change his whole tone about me as a person. I'm not a psychiatrist here or an expert in the field, but if I had to wager a guess, I think Sneeko put an image of me in his head and attributed a whole ton of characteristics to that scarecrow that he put in there that just isn't actually me in reality. And that's who he attacks. So
I will actually give him that. I would actually say if YouTube only recommends certain things, but like people like him, Mudahar, other people who I may not completely agree on their beliefs or terms, like they're not like, raging leftists, but you can kind of get what they're saying. You can actually get when motherfuckers are where a lot of people have disdain for certain things, disdain for consumer abuse, disdain for company overreach. You actually get that shit. And I get like how people like Moist Critical, who does dry humor like just perfectly. He does actually, and I will praise him for that. He does dry humor perfectly. But people like Sneeko, they don't understand sarcasm or satire or analogies or metaphors or similes. They're fucking stupid. But let's go.
So vehemently. Whereas I do know a lot about Sneeko, because there is a big difference between us in terms of our belief. It's all the fuck he talks about. It's the only thing that ever leaves his mouth is always preaching about something or trying to make a big statement about their beliefs or their politics, whereas that's not me. The main thing I focus on is just entertainment. My videos are made purely for fun. It's just because I thought it'd be entertaining, it's a silly topic, it's something fun, and that's it. There's never really anything too much deeper. Unless it's a topic I'm covering that I'm passionate about or I have something more I want to add on to it about my own personal beliefs, then I do. I'm never afraid to. But it's not all I talk about, whereas for Sneeko and a lot of people in his circle, their main content is talking about what they believe, whereas my main thing is just making entertaining shit. So maybe that's a core misunderstanding here, because he clearly didn't really know much about me, whereas I do know a lot about him since he is so open with everything. He wears his fucking heart on his sleeve, and I just disagree with a lot of it. But a big difference is, I don't hate people that I disagree with on things. In fact, there's nobody in the world, not even my best friends, that I agree with on every issue, every time, and see eye to eye on everything.
But see, that's where he's missing it. That's where he's missing a lot of it. A lot of these people, they need... Sneeko, if he needs to build an echo chamber. Aiden Ross needs to build an echo chamber. That keeps the motherfucking plebes in. That keeps the motherfucking supplicants in. They need to build an echo chamber where you have to always agree 100% with the cult leader. But let's continue.
I don't like that anyway. I wouldn't want to have someone I agree with on everything. I think it's important to have different perspectives and different opinions. It's how you grow and it's how you learn as well. So I don't get mad when people disagree with me or have different things that I don't agree with. That doesn't piss me off. But for Sneeko, it clearly has, and he really didn't even know anything about me to begin with here until after our conversation. Now, I know I'm cutting up our conversation quite a bit here, but I'm just trying to focus on like the big chunk topics that we tackled. One of them that we did touch on quite a bit and got pretty passionate about is gaming, and like Sneeko firmly believes that people that are gaming or watching sports are wasting their time. Completely valueless. Entertainment like that has no value whatsoever, and I kept trying to point out that there's nothing wrong with entertainment, like watching sports, watching movies, watching streams, playing games. All of that's fine in moderation. But Sneeko only views it through one lens, which is excess, obsession, addiction, where all they do is watch sports, play games, do this and that. And then, of course, it is very detrimental and it is bad for overall health.
So I'm confused because I've had this conversation with other people. You know that I'm 40, so I grew up with video games. You know that there are people who will sit back and say, all you do is play video games. But on Saturday, they're getting drunk and watching sports games. On Sunday, they're getting drunk and watching sports games. Well, I go to work. I hang out with people. But on my free time, when I'm not doing that, I play video games, or I may do some art. Why is it any different? You can only work out so much. Because I know some of these people like, go to the gym. And go to the gym, I work out. Have my own home gym. Work out every other day. Well, you can be doing this. You can be hustling. Sounds like get back to the mine, serfs.
I'm not going to bother showing clips from that because that one just really went in circles. I think there's just a fundamental disagreement there where Sneeko believes anything that's entertainment driven is just not worth it and time could always be spent better doing anything else. But then he puts his content on a pedestal that's an exception to his rule where, no, this content that I make is the one that's valuable. Everything else is worthless. This is the value.
Oh, the special bleeding. Okay, let's go.
This, 4 hours, 5 hours of Rumble streaming and, whatever's going on over there, that's a good use of time, and all the other streams like gaming and all that's terrible. So that got really muddy and messy, and there wasn't really any way we met somewhere and like had a perspective that made sense to each other, because his stream is just as much guilty of being a waste of time by his definition as my stream playing a game. It's still a form of entertainment and escapism, no matter how you spin it. I don't see how your message is somehow bolstered by spamming slurs, for example, like during that stream with the gun. I couldn't listen to you because you kept saying slurs. How is that necessarily helping make people happy or positive in any way, shape, or form? What does that do to contribute to your overall goal?
The only possible correct answer is it doesn't. I'm doing it for entertainment of my audience. That's the only answer that he can give that would be any kind of right. But let's see.
Because it's not humor either, so it's not seeking truth through funny. It's literally just spamming slurs because you were mad at me.
It is. The reason that it's funny is because I'm on a platform that has free speech, and you're not bound by wokeness where you can't say certain words and you're labeled racist or homophobic or transphobic.
You're still labeled racist, homophobic, or transphobic. It's just that you're around the people that are like that and they find it acceptable. That's not funny, Sneeko, you dumb fuck. Hey. If you're around a table full of Nazis and you're not telling them to get the fuck away from me, you're a Nazi.
But you can say things even if you don't mean them because we're not trapped with words.
Why say something? So why say something that you don't move? I paused it too early.
Something you don't. Why say something you don't mean though? What does that do? Wouldn't that go against your ideology where you're like faking it?
That's not a word.
You had to think about it. Oh my god, he's stupid. He's so fucking stupid.
A word doesn't encompass a whole belief system. A word can be funny. The word faggot is funny. That was the funniest thing you said this whole debate.
No.
How is that? I don't.
You're laughing now. See?
Well, it's because it's just an outrageous claim. It's like talking to a child.
Well, no, like my point. It's outrageous. It's funny.
Your defense.
No. Oh my god, he doesn't know the difference between nervous laughter and actually funny. Oh my god, he doesn't know the difference.
This is the first time we laughed this whole time. First time we laughed this whole thing.
This is
because of one little word.
Yes, because it's such a silly defense of it. It's like a child who hears fuck for the first time and he's like, "Woo, daddy said fuck." Like, things started to go a little goofy mode here, a little wacko style. So the slurs is something I've mentioned. I couldn't watch him on stream because he just kept saying the F slur. And my point here was, why? It doesn't really accomplish anything for his goals or anything like that. He's just spamming slurs, which makes it sound like he's just mad at me and trying to choose the worst words he can think of. Now, looking back on it, I do regret not pushing a bit more on this point because there was a lot I wanted to say on it, but I just got so thrown off and blown away by his explanation of all of it that I totally forgot to expand. Because he really only says the F slur, the homophobic slur. And he says it doesn't encompass a whole belief system. Okay, well then why is it only that slur? I don't think I've ever heard him start spamming the N-word, hard R, or anything like that. And he's very open about how much he appreciates the Islamic faith. I've never heard him use any slurs against Muslims or anything like that. So if you feel so strongly that words don't necessarily indicate your actual beliefs, then why aren't you using more slurs? Why don't you drop more racist slurs during your stream? Why is the only one you use the F slur? If this is really how you feel about those words, then why aren't you using all of the other slurs? If they don't mean anything, and you feel so comfortable with Rumble allowing you to use the F slur so loosey-goosey, why is it only that one? Why not every slur? I'm just curious if there's like a tier list of slurs for you. I would have liked to ask more on that, but I guess I'll do it now in post. Which it seems like you can recognize.
Do you believe that Andrew and Tristan Tate are innocent?
That no. I don't know. They could be, and I've said that from the start.
You don't have a belief on that?
Well, because I don't have the evidence. They've been charged twice with the human trafficking, but none of the evidence is public.
You didn't look at all the victims and their allegations and how...
Sneeko, that's not how it works. It's an evidence thing. Oh my god, he's so fucking stupid.
Everything was exposed on WhatsApp, how they plan to make a Netflix movie out of this. All of that was online. I think.
But then,
if you cover current events, this is something you jump onto the pizza box, but you don't take the time to go and look at all the evidence that was debunked.
That's not true, though, because
why do you spend the narrative laughing at somebody falsely in prison, but you can't go and just look at
it? Wasn't falsely. He had charges against him. You dumb fuck. That's not how the law works. Okay.
Couple screenshots and see that as garbage. You're laughing at the pizza box putting 2 people in jail because of what you saw on Twitter. When I say the word faggot or I say a slur, it's just a funny word. Stop saying that word. There's no consequences for that. Nobody goes to jail falsely.
I have looked at the evidence from both sides. I always do. I don't just go to these tribes and just assume everything on my side is right and everything on that side is wrong. I take information from all angles in order to find where I personally sit on this perspective, on this situation. So, for the Tate brothers, being charged twice with human trafficking, while there is some shady shit from the victims, there is still real merit to some of the things that people were talking about, such as something you talked about as well, the taking of the passports from some of the women and getting there under the guise that they would be able to date them.
That's actually a crime, dog. He admits it. That's a crime. He self-snitched. Like, who's that Bruce lawyer? Like, who tells him stop self-snitching?
These are very odd, very peculiar things. So it's not like it's just, oh, all of that's wrong and we have to disregard all of it because this is here. There is, on both sides here, evidence that makes it a very complicated case, which is why it's gone on for so long, right? It's not one where I know the answer. They could be innocent, they could be guilty. I do think it's weird they've now been charged twice. There is some very odd things there because that's not exactly a light thing to come after someone for. And there is things that you have talked about.
It's wrong that people can go to jail for 4 months without any evidence of charges?
And even outside of the Tates, I have said that in this country, where you can go to jail on suspicion of things without ever being charged. It's a problem. Yes, it is a problem.
He's so fucking mad. He doesn't know shit. Oh my God. Okay.
I didn't see that video. I saw the video laughing about the pizza box putting him in jail.
So just because it didn't happen because you didn't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen, Sneeko. Okay.
Did you make a video about that?
Yes, and I talked. Well, it's in that video where I say I don't know if he's guilty. I don't like if there's real victims here. Like, I would never celebrate someone being a human trafficker because there's victims. I wouldn't celebrate him being a human trafficker. That means there are real victims there. Even though I disagree with like his Hustlers University and a lot of the dumb shit he says, I wouldn't want him to be a human trafficker. That means there are real victims being in terrible situations. I did say that, and I don't know if he's guilty. I don't know if he's innocent. Nobody does right now, except for them and whatever's going on in Romania. The joking about a pizza box is things I make about anything that has craziness around it. Like the Gwyneth Paltrow trial. There's so much silliness there that I talk about, but at the end of the day, I don't know who's innocent or guilty. I'm joking about the goofiness of things that have come up. Right?
Okay. It's like, again, this goes back to Sneeko probably doesn't understand what a joke is. He just thinks throw around slurs, throw around hate. And because people laugh, that's a joke. That's not how that. One time.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
The time is getting better with that.
All right, I gotta get going.
Now, he mentioned Andrew Tate, and this is another thing. Andrew Tate is very clearly an important figure in Sneeko's life. And
it's his daddy. It's his zaddy.
Made 2 videos covering Andrew Tate. One of them joking about Hustlers University and just a lot of the silly things that he's done, and the other when he got arrested. So, let's talk about that. I have always maintained that Andrew Tate is a very entertaining clown most of the time, but much like a lot of personalities online, especially ones that sell courses, he has to sprinkle in very agreeable things with some of his rants. So he has good things that he actually will say, especially in terms of like men and their loneliness, and how working out is extremely beneficial to helping with mentality and just general overall mood and well-being. So he does say agreeable things that I've always said he has done a decent job of with those certain topics. But on the whole, most of the things he says are just outrageous nonsense about like how he doesn't watch Star Wars and that's why he gets pussy and has expensive cars, or why books are stupid. Like, there's a lot of silliness there, and Hustlers University, I have always maintained, is completely exploitative of desperate men. So yes, I have made jokes about Andrew Tate. I am not their biggest fan. Now, when I did cover the arrest, I did mention the pizza box theory. At the time, that was reported by multiple outlets as a very real possibility that led to his arrest.
Yeah, it was. Like, okay, yeah, it was. Why are they so insulted that their hero got? Is it because that their hero got was accused of being taken down by a pizza box? Is that what it is? That their hero, which is a stupid criminal, which most criminals are. Hello, Donald Trump. Was taken down by his own Picard of a pizza box.
So at the time I did report on it, I did say it seems, talking about like this being the speculation as to why they finally pursued him now. But yes, I do understand that that was heavily disputed after the fact, a couple days later. But I did talk about it and joke about the pizza box thing, which made Sneeko in particular very upset, thinking that I was laughing at 2 men falsely imprisoned. Which I've never laughed about. I've laughed about the idea of Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate being thrown in jail because of pizza boxes. I have also laughed and made jokes about some of the tweets that Andrew has made while in jail, such as talking about practicing his dragon karate fist that would break through every known metal on Earth to fucking shatter tungsten or whatever. And yeah, I've joked about the tweet where he's talking about like ghosts that he's killed, making himself sound like the goddamn paranormal firing squad out there, keeping the halls of the prison safe from ghouls and spirits. Wow. And while I made jokes at the idea of a pizza box leading to prison time, It wasn't the actual core idea of 2 innocent men potentially being in jail that gave me a big hearty belly laugh or anything like that. It was the outrageous circumstances surrounding it. I don't know if they're guilty. As I said in the video, I don't know if they are. I do find it weird that they've been charged with the same thing twice with multiple raids now, but at the end of the day, if they're innocent, I don't want to see them in jail. The reasoning for keeping them in jail was like a potential flight risk, like leaving the country, so I guess that was the explanation for it. But I have talked in the past about being imprisoned with no charges as being something I don't fucking agree with, which isn't a...
Yeah, no. There's no reason why somebody should be in jail with no charges. Those are called political prisoners. If you are in jail and you have credible charges against you, then yeah, okay. There's certain shit that you don't get bail for. And if you're a flight risk, which if you don't subscribe that the pizza boxes got somebody in trouble, then you would have to go with the Romanian police whole explanation. They were watching their passports. And they knew once they get into Romania, because they were watching their passports, then they would actually get them. It's almost as if they knew that they were a flight risk because that's how they caught them, because they were running away from the cops because they were a flight risk. Okay, let's go.
Controversial take. So all of these things that Sneako attributed to me were things that I didn't actually believe, or in my opinion, do. Talking about the pizza box thing the day that it happened wasn't outlandish. It wasn't until a couple days later where that was more debunked and heavily scrutinized. But even then, I still talked about it more of like a silly idea if this was the case. And the jokes I made about Andrew Tate were mainly about the response to Andrew Tate going to jail, like some of the unhinged tweets about how, well, if it's true, human trafficking is not really that big of a deal anyway, so it's still bullshit. It's not that big of a charge, which is still a crazy thing to say.
Yeah, there are people that are still defending the fact that he was human trafficking women, which is so fucking outrageous, because it just shows you the level of non-empathy that you have with other human beings. That, well, she got tricked. Well, we all get tricked. What? She got played. They got played. They couldn't go home. Well, they could have left anytime they wanted to. He took their passports. So, and... all right, let's go.
The whole thing was never really about whether or not he truly was guilty or innocent, because I don't know. I still don't know. Nobody still knows, because it's still an ongoing investigation. So we did talk about that. He did see where I was coming from, and I was appreciative that he was willing to hear my explanation for where I stand on all of that. And I do think that we came to understand each other's perspective on it. Getting towards the end of our conversation, we started talking once again about one of the things that I really tried to drive home and hope to have some kind of breakthrough on the way that he perceives jokes and insults, like, and trying to find what his line was, because he calls a lot of things hit pieces, like when Willie Mack makes a video breaking down like a lot of Sneako's most baffling moments or like really big L's, Willie Mack will point them out and make jokes about it. That's not cancellation to me, but to Sneako it is, and I kept trying to get to the bottom of that, and we did have more discussion on it, but I don't think we ever really reached a ground where I like agreed with him on his definition of like what canceling is versus what joking is. So like Meat Canyon, he mentions he had no problem with it, he had a good sense of humor about it and found them to be enjoyable. Like, that's great. But then why doesn't that same thing extend to someone who also still makes jokes about it like Willie Mack did? When I really just feel like it's the same thing. There is...
Because one hurt his feelings even more, and that's when you hurt his feelings. You canceling out his love that he deserves to get from everybody.
Is deplatforming, advocating for deplatforming, and then there's just insulting someone. And I haven't seen a ton of people advocating for Sneako to be deplatformed, aside from a couple of very rare instances of that. The rest I see as people just dunking on him, the same way that he dunks on people he doesn't like. So we did just keep going in circles around that for like another 20 minutes, so I don't really think there's any reason to show too much of that. But I would like to get you to our closing statements, and then something crazy happened at the very end.
Look at the way that people who are telling the truth get painted as. They get painted as these incel, virgin, loser, racist, misogynist. They try to box you in instead of tell the truth about you, because I think that they don't like what you're talking about. But I would like for us to have another conversation in the future. I like that you have a good message about how people should be happy. I like that you're advocating for the gym and you're playing basketball.
Oh my God. He really started to... Oh my God. He really did start to see him as another daddy. Oh my God. Fuck. Are you going to let him fuck your girlfriend too, Sneako? All right, let's go. Oh, what did I do?
And of jealousy, because they see people who are living a lifestyle.
Here.
Makes me pretty interested to see where he takes that. Like, if he truly does have a positive message he wants to spread, he did recognize that he hadn't been doing a super...
people you're talking about. But I would like for us to have another conversation in the future. I like that you have a good message about how people should be happy. I like that you're advocating for the gym and you're playing basketball and you're telling people to get out of their comfort zone. I think that those are all really good things. And I do think that you're funny. I can't deny about that. Like, it's a little monotone, but you're a funny guy.
I do appreciate the conversation. After our conversation, there really wasn't a ton of hostility left. I really feel like Sneeko built me up very differently in his head to paint me as a villain in his own mind. And the reality is I just didn't match that description. Now, for me, I did know a lot about Sneeko, but after talking to him, I feel like a large part of that is a persona that he's putting on. The way he conducted himself in this conversation, I was actually really surprised with. He was much more calm. Like, he is still very passionate, clearly, but he's not having a fucking conniption and a meltdown like I've seen him do so many times in the past. So I do feel like it was a productive conversation, and there are just things that I will always disagree with him on. I'm not seeing eye to eye with a lot of the things he talks about, and that's just the reality of it. And it's that way with a lot of people. Like I said, there's no...
I mean, like, and this is a fair conversation. Are we gonna get more Charlie debates? What? Are we gonna get more Penguin Zero debates? Can we?
In the world, I see eye to eye on with everything, but there are very big disagreements between us in terms of things that we feel and things that we believe. And after talking to him, it really seems like he himself got lost in his own sauce, and he did talk about like trying to change his approach to things to deliver a more positive message, and that makes me pretty interested to see where he takes that. Like, if he truly does have a positive message he wants to spread, he did recognize that he hadn't been doing a super effective job of it as of the time of this conversation and wanted to work on ways of rectifying that. I'm very curious to see how he goes about it and if he truly was being genuine. So the conversation, I do think, was a pretty fascinating and important one to have.
And we're coming out to the end. So let's see what this weird thing that happened in the end.
And one thing that happened that I still can't believe is real is during our conversation, people came up to him to talk to him, and me as well during this.
It comes from a place of cope and of jealousy because they see people who are living a lifestyle opposite of them, and instead of admitting that there's a different path or admitting that they could have a good point, they try to bring down their character. That's the common theme I see with these people. So the intentions that I see from these people in the collage, they're not pure, they're not good. It's jealousy and it's hate.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Hassan most likely has more money than you. Like, what? Why would I be jealous? Okay. Like, why would Charlie be jealous of you, dog? Okay.
And again, that is still something they could say about you as well.
Exactly.
That's just one of the things
that's
I was
fair, and that's fair, and that's why you made me realize that I need to, this whole hate brigade on Sneeko in the recent weeks, I'm going to repurpose my message now. I'm not going to, what up, man? Yo, do you know Moist Critical? Hey, say what's up to him now. We're saying hi. Yeah.
Hey,
look.
I follow you on Twitter.
It's so interesting. Yeah.
Hey.
Traveling the world right now.
He's like, I saw you on Twitch.
Yeah, we saw me. What did you think of the Me Canyon video?
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie, what's up, man?
It was funny.
How's it going, man?
About it.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Sneeko right here. No, we're gonna talk to Moist Critical.
Charlie, we squashed the beef.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
I've been
actually working to talk to more.
It's funny.
I think that's a good way to end it on. Hope we can talk again in the future. I don't think we should have beef. And yeah, you did. I want to thank you for starting that whole Sneeko hate brigade, because it's like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I am.
He's doing it for fucking clout. Oh my god, you get embarrassed for clout, dude. You talk about porn addiction, but you're just doing a kink.
Guilty of doing the same things that I am mad about, and I do attribute a lot of that to being canceled and a lot of resentment about that. But I just have to spread positivity now and not engage in the same type of behavior that I criticize. You're right about that. So I'm just gonna go and, I'm not gonna go attack mode anymore. I don't think that there's any value to that. It's just gonna come back to me.
Well, I actually really appreciate the conversation, man. It's nice to hear like a more human side of you outside of like, what I see on Twitter or Rumble. I actually do think this was a very valuable conversation.
So, are we gonna get more Charlie videos, conversations, debates? Can we get more of those? Can we get more of those? I'm just saying. Maybe he talks to Aiden Ross next. All right. So this has been a long fucking clip, part 2 of it. And oh yeah, wow, I finished it out. Wow, that was a thing that happened. Like, share, and subscribe, and help the channel out. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by June 1st. And we're going to cut this video segment here. All right. I had one other video that I wanted to actually do. Actually two, but I can save that for tomorrow. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you guys for watching. This has been a trip. You know what? I think I'm gonna actually just go and take care of some business tonight. Anyway, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for joining me on stream. I will be on stream tomorrow. Here, remember, always, always, always touch titties, but always with consent. And take us away, Richard.
What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Yeah, they're probably afraid of that because then people don't hate each other, and people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other, they find out who's the problem.
Which is?
Greedy people.
Greedy people. I have a couple things I want to ask you there. Do you really think that some of the guys that you dealt with at NBC, no names, right? Because there's lawsuits for that too, that some of these guys really want to promote racism actively, or is it a subconscious?
I just think it's part of capitalism, is to promote racism, you know, right? In order to make things work. If you feel better because you're white and you can get a job, you use that. I mean, you know, I would.
Absolutely.
Say, I'm sorry, Jack, but shit, they say I'm white. I'm going to use this.
Right, absolutely.
Get this job. I'm hungry, you know. But, and that separates people. So they keep people separated, and that keeps them from thinking about the real problem. That's as simple as I see it. Probably it's not that simple, but...
Now, all right, you and I are about the same age, right? We're in our mid-30s. How long is it going to take before guys who think like you, and I say guys who think like me, people who don't want to have racism in the country, people who don't want to be oppressing any minority, whatever it is, sexual, whatever minority, really get into positions of power and can change things?
You can't get in a position of power, it seems, if you think like that. It seems that the only time you get in a position of power is if you're like the people that are in power. To me, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, people that get to become executives become like the people that were already executives.
I don't know, maybe...
They go in with good intentions, but it eats them up. It's like a cesspool, you know, it just gets on you and it starts
the system
eating.
levels them.
Pretty soon it's all gone.
Is that what a cesspool sounds like?
Yes.